Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Motor City Mad Mile Show on the South Florida Tribune Media Network. And I am pleased to be joined by
Lara. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. And Laura, why don't you give everybody an overview of what we're dealing with today on this particular aspect of the tour?
So today we are in Tulungadaldur, a valley that is prone to have a lot of snow avalanches, and we are now visiting this beautiful bonafoss, this waterfall, where we currently can drink fresh water from here, since the quality of this water is just really amazing. So yeah, it's like a life elixir. We have this local story that you can be younger, 10 years younger, if you drink from it. So hopefully after this you will be on a fresh go.
Well, I'll take any years I can get at this point in my life, that's for sure. So as we go ahead and proceed with today's activities, what can we look forward to today? And what do you want to tell a lot of people looking to get involved with this excursion?
So we're also going to visit Ursva, which is our outdoor maritime museum. And there we will meet a local guide, Johan Hannebalsen. And he is going to tell us so much about life as a fisherman in the 17th and 18th century, and really how tough it was to be a fisherman in the wintertime here in the Westfjords.
All right, so I know that this is one of the more popular tours. Why does it make it one of the more popular tours on the Iceland landscape?
I think because here in the Westfjords and the Westfjords, we are just a very well-natured spot. So in the edge of the Arctic, we have very different weather influences, and we are so close to our beautiful nature reserve Holtstrandi, which is the biggest national park in Iceland. And there's also the biggest population of the Arctic fox, and the wildlife here is still pretty great. And there's only 10% of all tourists that come to Iceland ever make it the way to the Westfjord. So lucky that you are here.
Well, we are glad to be here too. A couple other questions. You mentioned earlier in the tour that people are only allowed to stay in their places only so many months a year. Please elaborate on that.
Yeah, so as I previously mentioned, this area has known to have a lot of snow avalanches, which is of course very risky, and they've built some heavy infrastructure like avalanche walls and other barriers, but of course some of these can still be quite difficult to manage if there's a lot of population and people that rely on here. So to kind of regulate it, the government came up with the idea to restrict housing in this area to only be able to live here during the summer months with no snow coverage. So starting when the snow starts in late September, October, in this time of the year, they might even give out early warnings to people having to evacuate their homes just because of the risk of an avalanche is so high.
Two more questions. How enjoyable is it for you to be able to make a tour when you have such beautiful scenery and you meet so many different people?
I think that's one of the best things about this tour, just because you get a different perspective from tourists, because you've probably been here many times like I have, but you haven't, so it's nice to see it through first eyes from the visitors who really appreciate some parts that I just think are not worth mentioning. So it's always great to learn new things, and I like that part.
And my final question, tell us a little about where you're from, your educational background, and what you're looking to do. I know you talked about that when you introduced yourself to the rest of us.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Germany, and I finished my undergrads in the Netherlands and during an exchange to Norway. So I decided to do my master's here in Iceland, and the program that I completed is called Coastal and Marine Management. So I hope that I will work in marine conservation, protecting the beautiful nature, and just making sure that Iceland is keeping on track with their marine protected areas. And so I hope that will be more important in the future.
So do you see Iceland as your permanent home?
At the moment, still, yes.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a beautiful country up here. We've enjoyed our first opportunity up here. This is the Motor City Mad Mile Show. My name is Scott Morganroth. I am joined by
Lara.
Laura, and we are glad that she's on here. We hope you'll have an opportunity to please subscribe to the South Florida Tribune YouTube channel. Please hit the red subscribe button. Laura, I want to thank you very much for giving us a brief overview of this tour. What a fascinating day, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of it. You did a good job on camera. Proud of you, young lady.
Thank you.
All right, well, that does it from here. We look forward to the next video. Oh, awesome job, young lady. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.